go over a new feature in VerityBeyond GRC called AI Approvals. So this is a simpler way to manage the workflow building process to model pretty much any kind of use case. So before we jump into it, we're going to create a workflow. I set up a workflow called ESG Service External Customer. So this will be used to model when we have a customer, we want to meet their needs. A general workflow. This can be adapted to many use cases: cybersecurity, healthcare, finance, loan approvals, legal, document management, aircraft management, you name it. So I'm just going to pick one example. So here, these are the steps in the workflow that we're going to use. Let me open up the document. So it's called customer. So there'll be 3 steps. The first will be to take in the customer, ESG customer intake. The second will be to look at the service request and to fulfill it. And then the third will be, so if this request has supply chain merchandise like products and parts, or let's say an asset associated with it that needs to be shipped or that needs to be purchased, that's where that task will be. And then the last step will be accounts receivables. So if the request requires us to bill the customer, or if the request involves any kind of financial transaction, that's where that step will be. So these are the 4 steps. Now these steps could also be associated with different departments, and that's where the AI approvals concept comes in. So VerityBeyond, it has the ability to create what we call work groups to model customer departments or business groups. So what I did was I created 4 different departments. One is called the service request fulfillment, or the customer intake. These will be the people who interface with the customer. They take in the request. The first step, enter in the customer information, understand the needs, and then they'll hand it over the job to the service request team. And the service request team, they will actually solve the client's problem. If they have an issue, they have a concern, they want to purchase a product, it'll be their job to fulfill their request. Then they'll move it to the stocking and shipping team. And the stocking and shipping team, that could be a warehouse. If there's assets or parts or equipment or SSL certificates or IT, whatever the item is, if something needs to be purchased to meet that procurement requirement, this team will take care of it. And then last but not the least, since this is a customer, there might be a financial aspect to this transaction. Let's say it's an external customer, we might want to bill them, or we may want to just at least charge it somewhere in the charge code, so it'll go to the last step. So we created groups of users to model this. Now VerityBeyond gives you the ability to create a group, and then you can add users as members of that group. So if you have a situation whereby you have groups, there's a group management interface in VerityBeyond that gives you the ability to manage all those groups. Then you can specify who the members will be. So these are the different groups. You can select the group, and then these are all the users. You can select the users and make them a member of that group. If a workflow gets assigned to the group, everybody in that group will be notified, and they can take the next step. So that's how you build. That's pretty much how you build out the workflow with the different department or the group. So we're going to go into the SOP. We have it set up. Now the AI approvals gives you the ability to automatically assign a workflow step to a particular department. So we're going to set that up as well. So we have the workflow. So step 1 is customer intake. I'm going to make the group that it's assigned to. We'll click add assignment soft approver. Then here we will select the group ESG customer intake. That's the first step. So back to our workflow. And the second will be the service request. So we'll click add condition, right? And then the second will be service request. So we'll add that condition. And then the third will be stock shipping. If there's a group associated with that, we just click it. And then the fourth last but not least will be the accounting. Okay, so we've created a AI-based BPM workflow that has conditional approvals, and what it does is that it will cycle through the workflow and it will auto assign the workflow as it progresses to the different departments. So the person in the customer service department, they'll get the workflow ticket first, they'll get a notification, they'll do your job, they'll click save, and that's it. The engine in VerityBeyond, the AI, will automatically assign the workflow to the next department, and so on and so forth. So let's quickly run through a demo to demonstrate that. So the workflow is called ESG Service External Customer. So I will select, you can run the workflow for a customer, or you can also run it for an asset. So I'm going to run it for a customer. I'll just pick and then I'm going to select the workflow ESG Service Customer, and then let me pick a customer. Right, and then I will click ESG. So that's the workflow, and then you click Start Order. So bingo, automatically. Did you notice it automatically pre-assigned the workflow to that work group? Right. So that's the beauty of this. Imagine multiple departments, multiple types of workflows, managing how that workflow flows to the different departments. Really key problem that we're solving here. So they will get a notification, they'll log in, all they have to do is do their job, take in the customer, and then once they click pass, it's done. Did you notice as soon as they click pass, it automatically transition to the next group? Right, so you go to next, the ESG team, they will get a notification, they'll log in, they do their job, they'll pass it, and then you see it flows to the next guy in the group, shipping and receiving. They pass next, and then if there's any shipments, stocks that needs to be shipped out, they'll take care of it, click pass, and then they go to the next, and then the payments. If there's any payments, bills that need to be handled, it flows to the whole system. So with one tool, you can create your workflows, you can automatically assign it to different groups. Without AI approvals, you would have to manually identify, okay, I just did this step, who does it go to next? But AI approval simplifies that whole process, so you can build it out, and pretty much the tool handles the routing for you, so you can create multiple workflows assigned to multiple teams, and it works like a charm. So thank you so much. That's the latest version of VerityBeyond. Thank you so much for the support. We look forward to serving you and working with you. Have a wonderful and a blessed day.